Hello, my friends, and welcome to Live at the Cantina. I'm gonna be completely honest. I was thinking of a bit to do for the intro like all day today, and I couldn't come up with anything. So there you go. You get my really bad Hondo Onaka impression. What's going on, guys?
Hello there.
What's up? Welcome back to Live at the Cantina.
Welcome back.
The most mediocre Star Wars podcast to exist. For those of you who might be joining us for the first time, hello. Thank you for finding your way over here. I'm Kevin.
I'm Noah.
And we're two Star Wars fans. Yeah. We're two Star Wars fans.
That sums it up. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time. Have a good holiday.
Yeah. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
But actually, though, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
It's 2021. We made it. We made it through 2020. What?
New Year.
By far the craziest year we've ever lived through.
Yeah.
Glad it's over. I'm hoping 2021 will be better, but to be completely honest, I really don't think it is. You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because on New Year's, I did one of those things where you play a movie at a certain time on New Year's Eve to have something happen in that movie exactly when the clock strikes 12.
Right.
So naturally, me being me, I wanted Snap Wexley to smile and go, yes, exactly when the clock hit midnight on New Year's. So I loaded up Force Awakens. I did the math. I did the math on my own because you can't Google that specific thing because nobody's going to know. So I had to figure the math out on my own. I did that, and I got it ready to go. So you needed to play it at 10 o'clock, 27 seconds exactly for that to happen at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was preloaded the movie. I was ready to go. But on Disney Plus, when you hit play, there's I feel like I'm a little too close to my mic. When you hit play on Disney Plus, there's a 1.5, 2 second buffer time until the movie actually starts to play. So taking that into consideration, I hit play at 10 o'clock, 25 seconds and not 10 o'clock, 27 seconds. And because I did that, I was a second off. So Snap Wexley smiled and said yes at 11:59:59 and not 12 o'clock. So
That's the reason why.
I think because I messed up, I think 2021 might be cursed. So anything anything bad that happens 2021, I'll take the blame. I'll take the blame for that because it is my fault.
All your fault.
It is. And I was telling my Discord, one of the Star Wars Discords I'm in, I'm like, if 2021 turns out to be the worst year ever, that's my fault. My bad. I messed up. But that honestly, that really bothered me. And it's still bothering me more than it should. I don't know. It's not the way I wanted.
I mean, that's a very specific part, because when you do the Death Star blowing up, you got a couple seconds, a second or two leeway.
I would have had it perfectly if I hit play a half a second later than I did. It would have lined up. It was off by just that much.
Yeah.
And it just, what a bummer. But anyway, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
That we've about hit the 1 year anniversary for Live at the Cantina.
Yeah, I think
we started after Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when we got all the equipment.
Right.
I'll pull it up real quick and figure out when we did our first episode.
Yeah.
But it's about a year. Crazy. We've been doing this for a year. Look at us.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Not me.
Not me. Yeah. When does it?
Our first video was published on January 12th.
January 12th.
So not quite. We're not quite there yet.
I think the YouTube channel. I don't know if it was made in December or January, but we might have our 1 year birthday for the YouTube channel already.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really count.
That doesn't count. That doesn't matter.
You got to get to the video first.
Yeah.
So January 12th.
January 12th, 1 year anniversary. Maybe we'll do something for that.
Yeah. Definitely.
So how are your holidays?
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Not
Get
too
any,
shabby.
Get any Star Wars goodies?
Yeah, I got a few things. I got one of those LED lamp lights, things. It's a Millennium Falcon.
Nice.
I got this little. Okay, this thing is actually pretty dope, dude. It's one of those tiny it's a Mando and Baby Yoda, and it's a speeder bike, right? But it's the mini one, so the guy, he's only this big.
Is it an action figure?
Yeah, I guess. I don't. It's just a different version, or whatever. So it's one of the smaller ones, I guess more for kids or whatever,
Oh, okay.
But it came with a speeder bike and all these different guns and a jetpack and stuff, and you can actually put all the guns on the speeder and everything actually goes together.
Is it the Mission Fleet
Yeah, I think
It
it's
is the
Mission
Mission
Fleet.
Fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that comes with the pram for Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
A lot of Black Series collectors bought that just for the pram to put their Baby
Yeah.
Yoda in.
No,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's actually
They
really
make a
dope.
lot of cool ones of those. They
Yeah.
have like a Captain Rex one and Ahsoka one,
Mhm.
Kylo one. They have Anakin and Obi-Wan with their starfighters. They have
Mhm.
a lot of cool different ones. Those
Oh.
are those are actually
Yeah, that
pretty
was
cool.
actually really cool.
Mhm.
When I was putting it together, I was like, wow, I wish we had this when I was a kid.
Yeah. That's neat.
What else did I get? I got Han Solo Endor Funko Pop.
Oh, okay.
Pretty nice. That was a good haul. I know I got more stuff. I can't remember it. What about you?
I got a lot of Star Wars stuff for Christmas. Couple T-shirts. I'm wearing one of them right now. It's got Kylo and some Stormy Boys on it. And then I also got some Star Wars socks, which is cool because I've never had Star Wars socks before. I got a Kylo Ren keychain, some other Star Wars goodies here and there. And then the biggest gift I got was a giant Kylo Ren fat head. And for those of you who don't know what a fat head is, it's like a wall poster sticker thing.
Yeah.
It's like a vinyl sticker that you can put on your wall. That thing's huge, dude.
Mhm.
Like I think I'm gonna move the AC/DC poster over and put it above the Black Series collection.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But it's so big. Like I cannot believe how big that thing is. It's not quite life size, but almost.
Yeah.
So that's neat. And then, did I get any other Star Wars things? I had some other things here and there, but yeah, it was a good little
Yeah.
Christmas. So hope everybody
Just got
listening.
this.
Yes, I don't have mine. I put mine in the kitchen, but my
Little mug.
lovely mother bought us Star Wars mugs. Noah got Darth Vader. I got Mando. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hope everybody listening had a good holiday season.
Yeah.
And yeah, so kind of moving along. Before we jump into what I want to get into, I just want to say technical difficulties as of late. We use Noah's phone to record for the video podcast, and for whatever reason, sometimes his phone just stops recording.
Yeah.
So if you've been watching the video podcast on YouTube, you've probably noticed that like half the episode is just black.
And also probably noticed that we don't have the same thumbnails as we used to.
That is
because
true.
our Adobe subscription is no longer a thing because we don't have student discounts anymore, and that's expensive.
I
So-
do, and I think I'm gonna get it again. But I really wish I would have gotten during Black Friday because that was when it was on sale.
Mhm.
But it is what it is. But yeah, so we've been going through some technological changes here at Live at
Yeah.
the Cantina, and it's been weird.
Mhm. This kid just needs to get a camera.
That would really
Film
solve
major
everything.
without a camera.
Film major without a camera. It's like, can I really call myself
No,
a film major?
You can't.
I guess
That's
not.
what you gotta say up for is a
Yeah.
camera instead.
Probably should
Yeah.
instead of Star Wars toys.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
He doesn't know.
So anyway, just kind of wanted to give that a warning,
Yeah.
or to kind of clarify what's been going on with that. Technical difficulties, it's gonna happen. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving forward, I just want to say we did it,
We did it.
or I did it.
You did
You
it.
didn't really do anything.
What did I do?
I did it. So for those of you who don't know, and if you've been a long time listener of the pod, you'll know that we were inspired to start this podcast because of the fine folks over at the Rex and Around show, Michael, Greg, Taylor, and seeing just how they are on their podcast, and just it inspired us to start this. I'm like, hey, look what they're doing. We can do that too. And so it was a couple of weeks ago. It was 2 a.m. I was still up because I'm nocturnal and I don't sleep. I got a notification on TikTok, and it said that Rexing Around, Michael followed me back. So that was cool. And then I was on a live one night, and Michael joined, and we were complaining about Hasbro, as you know. And then, so yeah, that's really cool. And then he was asking for the link to the podcast, so I sent him the link to the podcast. So Michael, if you're listening, thank you for putting out the amazing content. We really, like I said, it was what inspired us to do this. So we wouldn't be here without the Rex and Around show.
Right.
Keep it up. Great content. If you guys aren't subscribed to the Rex and Around show on YouTube, do yourself a favor and go do that. Also follow Michael on TikTok at Rexon_around. Such a good, positive voice in the Star Wars community, and what an amazing creator. So thank you, Michael, again, if you're listening. We appreciate you a lot.
Yeah, really awesome.
Okay, moving on. We're doing a Q&A episode, which is a long time ago, we said that we wanted to do one of these eventually, and we kind of
Yeah.
didn't really have people to give us questions. But then,
Right.
bam, I kind of got TikTok famous. So now I got people to give us questions. So before we get into that, the last episode we did of the podcast, we talked about Mandalorian
Yeah.
chapters 14 and 15. No,
No.
13, 14, 12, 13,
12,
14.
13, 14, yeah.
So we're not going to
Oh.
spend a whole lot of time talking about the end of the season, but we
do got to wrap
we
it up.
can't not talk about
Yeah.
it. So let's just kind of get in right away. Chapter 15, I thought was a really good episode. Seeing
it wasn't too
Mayfeld
bad.
come back and his character
Oh
development.
yeah, that his character development, that is what I like to see
Yeah,
right there. That
absolutely.
was some good character development.
But before we see that, painted boba, clean boba.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about clean Boba Fett?
Was not expecting that
I wasn't either.
at all. At first I was like just more like what?
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, okay, I kind of dig it.
I prefer my Boba scratched
Yeah.
up.
It's just because it's
iconic
new and, it's
that's how
different
we
and
know
yeah,
him.
it's-
But clean Boba, I'm kind of here for, to be honest.
yeah,
I think in my headcanon, it's that because he hasn't had his armor for 5 years or something, and somebody else has been wearing it and scratching it up, he didn't want to wear somebody else's scratches or battle scars. You know, he wants his armor to reflect his battle damage, his scars.
Did you also see the change on his helmet that he made? On like the side of the helmet, there's like a certain mark that he changed when he repainted it.
Did he?
Yeah.
He's got like orange stripes instead of yellow stripes.
Yeah, or something like that. Because like the first stripes were like for like vengeance or like something or whatever.
I didn't know that.
And then the new ones are like for honor and stuff. So
Huh.
like now he's like but how I see it at least, the armor is different because he's different now. You know, he fights for his father and he's just a man making his way through the galaxy, not just a vengeful bounty hunter or whatever.
I think I got a little bit better at my Boba impression.
Yeah.
I've been tracking you, Mandalorian. No, that's not good. I've come for the armor. Sit down. Let's have a chat.
Not too bad.
That one wasn't bad.
That was
That one
actually
wasn't bad. Okay. But yeah, so Boba's clean Boba. And Mayfeld's character development, pretty cool. I hated his character in season 1. I really liked him
I
in
think
this
everybody
episode.
hated him.
Mhm.
So
And then also in this episode, Mando takes his helmet off, his Imperial Patrol transport helmet, because he's undercover.
in
Oh,
front
and
of a bunch of people.
I love how Boba says he can't go into the base because they might recognize his face because he's a clone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. So Mando takes off his helmet, and you really start to understand that he's willing to do anything for Grogu and give up his creed and give up his code to save his son.
The one thing that really made me mad about that, though, is, at least for me, you could see it coming a mile away. That's all they talked about the entire episode leading up to it. Like, Mayfield just kept talking, like, oh, about your helmet and, like, taking it off and all this stuff. It's like, well, of course you got to take off his helmet. That's the only thing you've talked about this whole episode.
I don't think that's a bad thing, though.
But, like, I thought it took away from, like, the shock factor, you know?
I guess.
I don't know. It's just like, okay, well, clearly he's got to take his helmet off. And then, okay,
He did.
He took his helmet off.
And you're willing to see just how he'll do whatever he can to get Grogu back. And then they have that chat with that Imperial when they're sitting down, and he talks about Operation Cinder, little Battlefront 2 callback there. That's cool how they're just working all these different parts of canon into each other.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool thing that they've been doing with the show. And then also that poor shore trooper. He was just trying to eat his lunch. He was on his lunch break. I'm sure he had a very rough day at work, and he just needed to sit down and eat his lunch. And
I loved that scene so much because Mayfield just shoots him, and then the guy's just like, "What just happened?" And it just goes crazy. Like I was hilarious. I loved that.
Rest in peace to that poor soul. He didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve it.
See, Mando took his helmet off, but everybody that saw him basically died.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And I really like how Mayfeld at the end, he's like, I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
You know, he's keeping that
good
honor
character
and
development.
everything.
Yeah.
And that was really cool to see. So they make their way out of the Out of the facility, Mayfield shoots the what was it called? Not coaxium. It was
Oh,
it
gosh,
started
I
with an
can't even
R,
remember.
I
It's been
think.
so long since I've seen that now.
But he shoots the thing and it goes boom, and then there's a couple of ties chasing down the slave one, and then Boba clicks a button and you see the back of the ship open, and
Oh,
I was
gosh,
like,
I
oh my
know.
god, it's happening!
Yeah.
Everybody, stay calm. We got a seismic charge in 2020. Music to my
That is
ears.
so good.
Might
That
be the
noise.
most beautiful sound to ever exist. Absolutely,
So good.
absolutely, just
Yeah,
I can't
that
get
was
enough
nice. I'm
of the
so glad
seismic
we
charge.
got that.
Yeah.
Um,
And then they let Mayfield go because he died in the explosion. Apparently,
it's a shame,
it was a shame that
Yeah.
he died.
but that was really it.
yeah,
I mean, they got their stuff.
we're not going to spend
Mando,
a
yeah.
whole lot of time, but I really enjoyed that episode. I thought it was
Yeah, it
really
wasn't
good.
too bad.
Mhm. Then we get the finale. Man, oh man, this what an episode! I love so many things about this episode. I loved the way it started off by hijacking that Imperial transport, and Cara Dune landing a headshot on the one guy,
Yeah.
kind of brutally. And just their whole dialogue and their exchange was really cool. And then
Yeah, the one oh, I'm never mind. Keep going. I'm getting way far
and
ahead.
then they go back to whatever planet they were on, and they meet back up with Bo-Katan and Casca Reeves, and Bo-Katan's a little racist towards Boba,
yeah,
a little bit.
Ain't having it.
Yeah, but Boba's giving it right back.
Yeah.
Boba's a little
He ain't-
sassy.
Yeah,
He ain't taking it.
Nope.
Gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then him and Casca getting a little scuffle,
Mm-hmm.
which right before they started fighting, I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be a good fight. Like, these are two people that can handle themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they did an Agni Kai at the end. You ever seen Avatar?
Yeah.
Agni Kai?
I don't remember.
It's like the Fire Nation thing when they fight each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Uh-huh. Agni Kai at the end, throwing their flames at each other. Love that whole exchange.
Yeah,
in
that was
the,
definitely cool.
in the cantina. And then they go, they board the ship after Boba, puts on a show, missing all those ties. But the second that he's in the clear, he just instantly murks the ties, which is just funny. So they board the ship, blah, blah, blah. Mando goes one way to deactivate the Dark Troopers. And the ladies go the other way, which that was really cool.
No,
just
yeah,
seeing
this
those
is like
ladies
yeah,
kick
this
some
is
ass.
the badass ladies that I like to see.
Yeah.
Because I saw like some meme where it was like comparing this one to what we got in Endgame.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, this one is definitely better.
Yeah,
like
it's just
like they were going crazy.
oh yeah,
that was good.
I loved all of them.
Yeah,
in that scene.
that was so good.
And then Mando goes and has the altercation with the Dark Troopers, and let's talk about the Dark Troopers for a second. First of all, their theme music.
Nope.
I love it.
Nope.
I love it. Listen,
Nope.
I didn't
Nope.
like it
Nope.
really at first.
Nope.
Like the first time I watched it, I'm like,
Terrible.
dubstep in Star Wars? That doesn't make sense. But then I listened to the track on its own, like off the soundtrack, and then I rewatched the episode. I'm like, I wouldn't have it any other way. That
No.
dubstep music is perfect
This is
for
terrible.
the Dark Troopers.
I hated it so much. As soon as it turned on, I'm like, is this coming from the TV right now? Am I hearing something else? Like, no, this is the show. I
No,
hate this.
you were
I hate
tripping.
this so much. No, I did not like it.
It's so good.
I do not. I felt like I was watching some like Ant-Man 3, like bad guys coming onto the, screen now. Like, what is happening? This isn't Star Wars. I didn't like
it's
it.
so good.
I didn't.
It
like
was
it.
so good.
Mm-mm.
And then also, I would like to go on the record and say, Dark Troopers are one of the scariest things in Star Wars.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
horrifying.
They are,
especially
yeah.
when the one was on fire, and he just, oh my gosh, dude, that was scary.
Yeah,
They're horrifying.
Those things
If
are
I ever,
ridiculous.
If I ever turned a corner one day and there's a Dark Trooper standing in front of me, just, I'm done.
you're dead, dude.
I'm done.
They can withstand like insane amount of damage.
So can Mando's
stuff.
helmet.
Apparently,
That Beskar
Dude.
holds up. He's just his head is literally he's beat into the wall.
Yeah.
There's like an indent in the wall, and the Dark Trooper's just nonstop punching
Dude, there's
him.
no way you wouldn't be like getting
Yeah.
like knocked out just from going like this in your helmet.
If there's one
Like-
thing we learned from the Mandalorian is that Beskar is impressive.
Yeah, clearly.
Beskar is very impressive.
It's insane.
But yeah, so he has that interaction with the Dark Troopers. Dark Troopers are scary. Was there any? Okay, I want to get a little off topic here for a sec. Was there anything in Star Wars that used to scare you when you were younger?
Oh, jeez. Now you're making me think,
I was
man.
thinking about this the other day, and I can't remember. I want to say that I was scared of Palpatine as a kid, like in Return of the Jedi, but I don't remember if I was or not. Like, I don't think there was anything in Star Wars that actually scared me. But I don't know. I'm sure there was. I just can't think of it.
Maybe the fish in Naboo, episode 1.
Yeah.
Maybe that might have been
I don't
something,
know.
but I don't know. Yeah, I can't
That's
really.
a hard one. But that was a little off topic. I just wanted to ask because I can't remember if I was scared of anything or not. So anyway, the ladies are kicking some ass through the hallway, and then Mando goes. He gets.
Oh wait! I love the part when they're in the elevator and they're coming up, and Kara's like reloading her gun or whatever and stuff, and she's just like, "Dang Ferric," and like doing all this stuff, and then it's just all right. As soon as the doors open, we're good, and just blasting away.
There was one moment too. I think it was before they were in the elevator where Fennec Shand literally just nonchalantly, as casual as can be, just straight up dodges a bullet that whizzes past her head. That was cool.
Yeah.
I really like Fennec Shand. I think she's a really interesting character, and she's going to be in the Bad Batch too. And that's just going to be super cool to see. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's something we have to talk about after Mando.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, talking again.
Yeah.
Mando goes to Grogu's cell where Moff Gideon's there with the Darksaber. Forgot exactly what they said, or Moff Gideon was like, "I got what I needed from him." Like he extracted the blood.
Yeah, I can see your bond. Whatever, you can have the kid.
He's like, "All right, you can have him." So Mando goes to pick him up, but I was like, "No, don't do it. I know exactly what he's gonna do. Don't do it." And he did exactly.
JK.
Yeah, JK. And so Moff Gideon's just unleashing on him with the Darksaber, but that Beskar, it's durable.
Yep.
It's a little durable.
Takes out the Beskar spear, dude.
Yep. And we knew that he was gonna fight with that spear the second he got it.
Oh yeah, hands
we
down.
kind of knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And so it was a pretty cool fight. And then Mando beats Moff Gideon and accidentally becomes the ruler of Mandalore.
Whoops.
Oopsies.
When your dad accidentally becomes a ruler of Mandalore.
Yeah. I saw a meme. It was like when the other Jedi are like bullying Grogu at the Jedi Temple, and not the Jedi Temple, but like Jedi Academy. And then it was a meme from Mean Girls, and it said, "I don't think my dad, the rightful ruler of Mandalore, would appreciate this," or something like that. That was funny. So they go back up to the bridge of the ship. Everybody's there. He walks in holding the Darksaber.
Yeah,
Bo-Katan is pissed,
dude. Yeah, because she was like, "Save him for me," and you're like, "All right," and he's like,
and he didn't.
Nah.
He didn't. And so
I'm so mad at myself that I didn't make that connection when she said that, when she was like, "Save him for me," and stuff. Because I was like, "Oh, she wants to beat him." I was like, "It's because she wants to be the ruler."
Yeah.
I'm so mad at myself.
So they have a little discussion about Mandalore and the rightful ruler and everything. And I really like this too because in this episode, Bo-Katan has always never been a good guy. Her only interest in every appearance she's had is serving Mandalore, and that's really the only thing she cares about.
Yeah.
And I feel like in episode 3 of this season, they kind of make you think that Bo-Katan's a good guy. Like, But then with this episode, they remind you that her only interest is Mandalore and getting that Darksaber. So that's really cool to see. And obviously I'm sure that's where season 3 is going to kind of pick up and tell that story. So then anyway, Dark Troopers come back after Mando jettisoned them out into space. They can't get rid of them that easily. So they come back and they make their way up to the door and they're just punching the door. Love it. Love the Dark Troopers.
The one thing that I really like too is, I don't remember if this happens before that or after. I don't remember. But when like Moff Gideon, once he's on the bridge and he like tries to grab the gun and tries to do something with it. Like he goes to try and kills himself. Like you can just see how he is so dedicated to the Empire that he's the villain that I want. Like,
but it's interesting though, because if he failed and traditional Empire fashion, I think that's not acceptable. And he tries to off himself, which means there's somebody above him in the
Oh, yeah.
Empire. Why else would he do that if he wasn't scared of facing his failure? So is it Thrawn? Is it somebody else? We don't know. We don't know. Is it Grand Admiral Ray Sloane? Because the Aftermath books were really good, and I just finished the trilogy yesterday. But questions to ponder. So then it seems like all hope is lost, but a single X-wing flies in, and in that moment, I knew. I knew.
It's like,
who else? Who else?
One
would it be?
at first, when you see the one X-wing, you might be like, okay, there has been X-wings before, with the New Republic.
Yeah.
But when it's
one
X-wing,
you
and
knew exactly who it is before he even pops on screen.
You know what's going on. Because even Grogu, I'm pretty sure he does. He
Well, he had that connection.
Yeah, he was like looking out or something.
Yep.
And you're like, okay, well, it's come. Because I mean, they set that up like it was so predictable what's gonna happen. They're trapped in the bridge. All the dark troopers are around. Like, okay, here comes a Jedi that's gonna come now. Like, oh, there.
Yep. And it happened.
And
you see the X-wing, and you know exactly who it is.
And he just goes to town.
He goes to town. Absolutely. He's making it. He's got his hallway scene.
Yep.
Well, before he gets there, he's just it first shows him in black and white, like off the monitor, so you can't see what color the lightsaber is.
Yeah.
But as it shows the green lightsaber, and then eventually it shows the hilt too, his hilt.
And I mean, he's in the exact
and the gloved
same
hand,
outfit,
and the robe and everything.
From Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. And you're like, that's Luke Skywalker. Yeah. I think the entire Star Wars community was just losing their minds over that.
I loved how much he was using the Force too.
Yeah, and he was using the Force like he uses the Force, where he just outreaches his hand. He doesn't like push or anything. He like that's how he uses the Force.
Right.
Very, very well done, I thought. And then he gets in the elevator and he has his hallway scene, like father, like son. That's just so cool.
Yeah, I really like that.
It just goes absolutely ham on those dark troopers. They don't even stand a chance. And just it was so
perfect
cool.
way to defeat a brand new enemy you introduced that's super overpowered that's not in the sequel.
Yeah, exactly.
Just bring Luke in and just kill them all. Like, there you go.
Oh man, what a cool scene. And then Luke walks in and it's a CGI Mark Hamill. I was fine with it.
I was disappointed that it wasn't Bucky from Adventures.
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there were talks about that.
I think for this, it was okay to have a CGI character, but if they ever go forward in the future with a Luke Skywalker spinoff, have him play a young Luke.
Yeah, it has to be. Like they could have had Sebastian do it and dub over Mark Hamill, because I mean, someone else was already playing that Luke, and they just CGI'd a face over it, and how he was talking. I mean, it was okay, but it didn't look great. You know what I mean?
But I'm not complaining about it.
No, I'm not complaining about it.
I thought it was fine. So it's Luke, and Mando gives Grogu off to Luke after taking off his helmet to say goodbye, because there's that parallel though. It's like, just for once, let me look at you with my own eyes, like Vader and Luke. And man, and it's just, again, you see how much Din cares for Grogu, that he's willing to do anything to just.
How much character development he's had too.
He kind of realized that, I'm my Mandalorian creed is a little bit culty, and he kind of realizes that that's not the way. Is not the only way.
Yeah.
And it's just so cool, so cool to see. So that was a very emotional moment when they were saying goodbye, and then.
And also, Bo-Katan got shot.
That's exactly what I was just about to say. She got shot a lot.
And I feel like nobody is talking about that. I haven't seen anyone talk about that at all. That Bo-Katan got shot, and we didn't see anything that happened after. She was just on the ground, so we have no idea.
No, she was alive. She was standing at the end. Yeah, she got back up, but they didn't give her a camera shot or anything. It was just she was in the background.
I didn't see her.
She's alive.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't see her.
She got shot a lot though.
Oh yeah.
But you could hear the ping, ping, ping of her armor kind of taking the hits. Again, though, there's a lot of spots on her body that aren't covered by armor. You would think at least one of those shots would hit somewhere that doesn't have armor, but it's Star Wars.
Plot armor.
Plot armor. So then, R2's there too.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's cool.
And then
Luke,
we have the little. Oh, what were you gonna say?
I don't know. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say then after that we had the little teaser for the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh well, I was gonna say. Okay, let's talk about that first because when they announced all the new Disney shows, they didn't say anything about a Boba Fett show, and I was super disappointed. But it's okay because they were saving it for this. So he just casually marches back into Jabba's palace, puts one straight shot into a fat Bib Fortuna.
Yeah.
Diwanga wanga. Boba. Bam. Dead. Diwanga wanga. Bib Fortuna's dead. Now,
which I mean, we thought he was dead before,
Yeah.
but clearly he survived somehow of his own.
So and then Boba sits on the throne.
Yeah.
With Fennec Shand, who's got a bottle full of spotchka in her hand, and that's how it ends. And you get the Book of Boba Fett, December 2021. So at the end of the year, that's when we'll get it. Mando season 3 is actually coming out in 2022 because
really?
they're doing Boba Fett before Mando, which I'm fine with. I mean, I've been waiting for a Boba Fett spinoff my entire life, so
Yeah.
I cannot be more thrilled. I think it's gonna be really good. I just hope Boba doesn't go after Cobb Vanth. Because if he's like the Tatooine guy now, Cobb Vanth's on Tatooine, and Cobb Vanth.
Yeah, you might get you more Cobb Vanth now.
Yeah,
though.
but I don't think Boba's really gonna like him.
Probably not.
And I don't want to see anything bad happen to Cobb Vanth.
I hope he dies.
No,
I really hope he dies, just so you can feel some pain like
I've
do.
already felt pain.
I want you to feel more.
I've already felt pain. Rise of Skywalker kills me emotionally with Snap Wexley and Ben Solo. I can't handle it. Anyway, that's beyond the point. So I think Boba's probably going to go after Cobb. Sucks. But, oh well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, back to Luke. He takes little Grogu off to his Jedi Academy, and we all know what happens to his Jedi Academy.
Yeah.
So the question is,
where does
Grogu, does he like graduate before Ben Solo happens?
He graduates, get a little cap and gown, a little walk.
Does Din come back for him and get him out of there before Ben Solo happens, or does he meet his eventful, inevitable fate at the hands of Ben Solo? I'd be fine with Ben killing Grogu. I honestly, I really would. I think that's an interesting story.
See, but like the thing is, there's no way Baby Yoda's not going to be in season 3 of Mando. Because everyone would be like, I'm not watching this, and they're going to be pissed.
Yeah, but I think at this point, it's more about Din Djarin's story and Mandalore.
I don't...
What, do you really think they're going to do more with Luke and Grogu at the Jedi?
No, I don't think so. But
I think
the fact that
eventually...
the Mandalorian brought in so many more people to Star Wars and having people rekindle their love for Star Wars... And Baby Yoda is a huge part of that.
Yeah.
Like, I would say, honestly, like, maybe like half of the people that watch The Mandalorian are just because they're watching it for Baby Yoda. You know what I mean?
There are definitely a lot.
So,
and there's nothing wrong with that. But
no, nothing wrong with that. But it's just the fact that there's no way he's not.
I don't know.
Be in the next season.
I don't think he will be. Because
I'd be so surprised.
Also
knowing Disney, come on, they're money milkers.
How do you tell those two stories at the same time?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. But that's Mandalorian. First of all, I just want to say I'm absolutely shocked that they actually brought Luke Skywalker into the show. Because on the last podcast episode, I think I said, I'm like, there's not a chance that they bring Luke freaking Skywalker into the Mandalorian. No, it does. It makes the most sense out of any of the characters. I didn't even
think of it that way with the Jedi Temple and stuff until after. I was like, oh, okay, wait, that makes total sense.
Yeah. But story-wise, yeah, it checks out.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. And, you know, I'm kind of glad I was wrong. About the Luke thing. I didn't think they would ever bring him back or bring him into the show.
Because I can't see anyone else being there now that Luke was there.
Yeah. I mean, it does make sense.
The only other person I could see would be Ezra Bridger from Rebels.
Yeah.
And then they
maybe
kind of
we
do
see
something
him
with
in the Ahsoka show, though.
Yeah,
so
most
kind
likely.
of moving on let's not spend a whole lot of time talking about it, but we're getting a crap ton of new Star
no,
Wars
we need
shows.
to mention it at least.
Bad Batch is the first one. It comes out in a couple months. I'm hyped for
Most
that.
excited for that one.
Yeah, it's Clone Wars season 8 basically,
Yeah.
and any Clone Wars is good,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm super excited. And then Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Hayden Christensen's coming back to play Darth Vader. That's awesome.
Which I'm curious to see how that's gonna play out. But
yeah, I mean, I'm here for it though.
But yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
We got the Andor show, which we knew was coming. Ahsoka with Rosario Dawson playing Ahsoka. I think it happens in the same era as The Mandalorian.
The same era.
The Acolyte show, which is takes place in the High Republic era, which the first book for the High Republic comes out in like 2 days. So that's
the
exciting.
High Republic is
200 years.
way before
200 years before Episode 1.
Yeah, Phantom Menace. Yeah, I think the High Republic. Is the High Republic before the Old Republic?
No, it's after the Old Republic.
It's after the Old Republic. Okay.
Yeah. So that's exciting, and I think it's from like the dark side point of view too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's cool.
That's cool.
Rangers of the New Republic. I'm thinking it's about maybe those 2 X-wing pilots, Trapper Wolf.
Because I think that's in
Carson.
the Mando time frame. So.
And that might be Cara Dune might play a big part in that show.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I know you would love that.
Yep.
And then we're also getting Visions, which is like an anime show from like Japanese animation studios, a bunch of different ones. I'm not an anime guy, so I'm not the most excited about that one.
Do you know what that one was about?
No, they haven't said.
They haven't
it's
said?
just an
Okay.
anime. Then we're getting a droid show.
Yeah.
I could care less about that one, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
I
talk
feel like
bad
that's
about it.
probably gonna be more tailored towards kids.
No, that's what I would think as well. And then I know I'm forgetting a few because there's just so many of them.
Not Star Wars, but Indiana Jones is coming back.
Yes, and also there's another Lucasfilm movie coming out.
I can't remember.
There's so many, and I'm not blanking on this. I'm just gonna Google it.
Yeah, just Google it. Real quick. Yeah, because I those are the ones I remember. I don't remember.
But we're not getting Rogue Squadron, which is a film, not a show, directed by Patty Jenkins, who did the Wonder Woman movies, I think. That's gonna take. We don't know when that's taking place, but in the logo, it's a T-70 X-wing, and those are the kinds of X-wings that they fly in the sequel trilogy. So I'm hoping it takes place.
Okay, so
in
is
the
this like a
sequel
Star
era.
Wars story?
Yeah, it's a one-off movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Rogue Squadron. So that's exciting. Let me Google it.
Yeah.
Here's every new Star Wars series coming to Disney Plus. Mando season 3, obviously we're getting eventually. Book of Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, like we talked about.
Get hyped. Andor, The Bad Batch, Star Wars Visions, Lando.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Lando's getting a show.
Yeah.
Is it going to be Donald Glover? Is it going to be Billy D. Williams? Is it going to be somebody else? We don't know. But that will be cool.
Yeah. I don't know.
And yeah, droid.
I
droid
can't see
story.
it being Billy D. Williams though.
Yeah.
If it's gonna
but
be
they
someone
kind of
they
did
could
set him
do.
up a little bit at the end of Rise of Skywalker with Jannah
Oh
at the end.
yeah, I forgot about that.
But I don't know if that's the direction they're gonna go.
I don't know.
Anyway, what they didn't announce was a Clone Wars show for the sequel trilogy, and that kind of crushed my spirit a little bit.
Oh.
It's not even that. It's just we're not getting anything set in the sequel era except for Rogue Squadron, but we don't even know when that's happening. And I'm scared that Disney's not gonna go back to that just because of all the backlash and hate that the sequels got.
I want them to not be in anything. I want them to get out of this time period they're already in. Like we already have so much from the Phantom Menace to, and after all these shows come out to Rise of Skywalker, because a lot of those shows are in the Mando time frame. You know, I want to see stuff before, like the High Republic stuff. I want to see the Old Republic.
Yeah,
that's what people have wanted to see for years.
I need
for so long.
And I was actually on Darth Chaco's Star Wars podcast the other day, and he's a big Star Wars TikToker. And he was asking like, what kind of Star Wars shows do you want to see? I'm like, I just need my Clone Wars for the sequels. Give me an animated show that takes place with the main characters in the timeline of the sequels to build the world, to flesh out the characters some more.
But when? Between Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi? No, wait.
Well,
because there was a year in between that.
There's a year, but we have the book Resistance Reborn that takes place during that time, and I haven't finished the book, so I don't know what happens. So I don't even know if you can do anything in that time period. with that story, or what? Or give us an animated show of Rey training Finn to become a Jedi and then building up a new order, or anything with the sequel trilogy to flesh out these characters and to add to the world building and to build their stories, because that made the Clone Wars made the prequel trilogy so much more enjoyable. And the world building and the character development they did in the Clone Wars helped the prequel trilogy so much. And I don't think people would like the prequels as much as they do without the Clone Wars. And if the sequels had their Clone Wars show, I think people would like them more.
No, that's definitely true. But I also feel like the prequels and the Clone Wars are in different entities almost too. Because I feel like you can really enjoy the Clone Wars show and still be like, I don't like the prequels. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It didn't do much. It didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you though. I definitely think that it probably would help a lot.
And
with the world building and fleshing out characters and
so that and they didn't announce a young Ben Solo show either. It's fine. I'm not mad. I'm a little mad, but I'm not mad. Okay. That wraps up Mando talk, unless there's anything else you can think of. Oh,
do that.
We're going to rank the episodes this season.
Yeah.
This was a very hard task.
Yeah, this was pretty hard.
It's a very hard task.
All right, what are we doing? Worst to best?
Worst to best.
Yeah.
My worst episode is not, worst. I'm not even saying it's bad, but it's just my least favorite of the season.
Least favorite, most favorite. Yeah.
Episode 2.
I agree. Same for me.
I don't think we need to talk about that one.
Yeah.
Next, I'm going to say episode 4. With
Same, actually.
Cara Dune and Grief Karga. It was cool. Getting that Snoke tease. Super cool.
Like, I really enjoyed seeing Cara again, but it just...
Yeah.
I don't know.
The other episodes were better.
Yeah, they were.
And this might be a hot take to be this low on the list, but the one with Ahsoka. Episode 5 of the season. I mean, it was cool. For me, personally, I enjoyed the other episodes more.
Yeah. I had it as episode 7.
Your next one?
Yeah.
That's not what your little notes on the whiteboard say.
My list is backwards compared to yours.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, I had episode 7. I liked that episode with Mayfield and all that, but I don't know. It really bugged me that they talked about taking off the helmet a lot. And then I was like, okay. I don't know. It was okay, but...
And then the next ones, you could probably switch out my next two, but the next one I got episode 3 with Bo-Katan and the Night Owls. Good episode. I really liked it. But
the thing I didn't like about that episode is how much Mando needed help and kept getting beat up.
Yeah.
And I hate that. So
yeah.
That drives me nuts.
And then interchangeable with the last episode, with episode 3 for me is 7 with Mayfeld. I think you could swap those two out on my list either way.
Wait, what?
I think that says 1.
What?
For you? On your list?
No, for me, the next one is episode 8.
Does that say 8?
Yeah, that's an 8. One is number 2.
I see.
Yeah.
Really? You have 8 like in the middle?
Yeah. I mean, I liked it, but
that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And then next, and this pains me to put this episode in 3rd place and not 1st place, but season 2, episode 1, my man Cobb Vanth, and as when that episode aired, that was my single favorite episode of television I've ever seen in my entire life. But then there are 2 more episodes for the season. I think I enjoyed a little bit more.
I had episode 5, and the only reason why episode 5 came down that far is just because I really love Ahsoka, but I mean the episode itself was but yeah.
Yeah. And then coming in next place is
I'm actually really
8.
surprised that you don't have episode 1 as like 2nd place.
It was hard for me. And honestly, you could probably interchange. It's not 1st. I think 1st, there's a clear answer for my first.
I agree. We both have the same one.
But you could interchange 1 and 8 for the 2nd place spot.
Yeah.
I just really liked episode 8. There's so many moments in it that I thought were really good.
Yeah. And I had that at number 1.
Yeah. And then so
then both of us
say it for the top episode.
Agree that episode 6.
Episode 6, Return of Boba Fett.
Just
for the sole reason that we saw Boba Fett kick ass.
The whole fight sequences were just so good, and I just loved it.
Absolutely,
I mean,
love
Mando was being dumb, but was knocked out most of the time. But like it was a good episode.
It
though.
was.
I really liked it.
Rest in peace, the Razor Crest.
Oh yeah, except
Absolutely
for that part.
obliterated.
Like Baby Yoda getting captured. Oh yeah, kind of sad, but we knew it probably was gonna happen anyways, and everything worked out. But the Razor Crest,
Razor Crest. Yikes. Big
no bueno.
F. Press F to pay respects.
Big F in the chat.
Okay, so that's going to do it for Mandalorian Season 2. Now I have a question to ask you. Because currently we're sitting at about 45 minutes on this episode, and I did not think we were going to spend that much time talking about Mandalorian. So do you want to stop this episode here and do a Q&A for an entire new episode? Because there's quite a bit of questions, and I feel like we're going to talk a lot about it. I'd be okay with that.
We're only at 45 minutes, so we can keep going.
You want to?
I'm fine with that. And I mean, we can always do more Q&As too in the future. You know.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You think that's good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Think we're good?
We're going to keep going.
I think we said we're good.
I'll put a stamp in it somewhere to let people know where the Q&A starts.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to do a Q&A for the first time here on Live at the Cantina because we have a big enough following now. Thank you guys. Was that a PewDiePie thing?
Q&A.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I got questions coming in from both on our Instagram and also from TikTok. So I'm going to start with the Instagram questions.
All right.
The first question comes from a lovely, very wise, very handsome young man named Kevin, and he asked favorite Star Wars song. That's me, by the way. I asked this question because I wanted to hear what Noah had to say for this one.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I mean, the Twin Suns theme is great. Across the Stars is amazing. Now I'm probably don't have the names of the other songs.
I know what song you're not gonna pick.
Haha, yeah, very funny.
The Dark Trooper theme. It's called Activated. That's the name of the
Activate. Okay, now I hate it even more.
Dude, it's so good.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, probably Twin Suns
Binary Sunset
or Binary Sunset. Force theme, yeah. All the different names.
It's just so good, and it's a basic answer, but it's so good. It gives you
Star
chills
Wars,
every time. That is Star Wars. I can give you my top 3. Number 1 is Across the Stars. Number 2 is that Binary Sunset. And number 3 is Rey's theme. I absolutely love Rey's theme. I have since The Force Awakens came out. It's so nice. Okay, cool. Moving on. Katie Christensen, friend from TikTok, asks on Instagram, why do you think so many people don't like Attack of the Clones? It's personally my fave. I think a lot of people don't like Attack of the Clones because of either Anakin and Padme's love kind of story arc in that one, or just a lot of the politics.
Yeah, I feel like it's also a really slow build up.
It kind of
until the end. I mean, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I have no issue with Attack of the Clones, but I'm generally speaking, I think that's the reason why.
Yeah, the slow build.
I think that was
politics.
I think that was the movie I watched the most growing up as a kid. To be honest, it's got some really good moments in it that I like a lot. But just I think a lot of the dialogue, especially between Anakin and Padme specifically. There's one scene where Padme goes, "Stop looking at me like that." And Anakin goes, "Like what?" Or he asks why, and she goes, "You're making me uncomfortable." And just there's a lot of iffy dialogue, I think. But we have no issues with Attack of the Clones on this podcast. So, Garrison, a good friend of the pod, good friend of the pod, Garrison asks, "What do you think Ahsoka would have been able to train Grogu?"
Wait, say it again.
Would you think Ahsoka would have been able to train Grogu?
Would I think? I mean, she definitely has the capabilities of training someone for sure.
And I think that's probably what he was asking. So to answer your question, Garrison, I would say yes, but we saw that she didn't want to because
I don't think she would. Does she have the capabilities? Yes. I don't think she would ever teach anyone though.
No, because like she says in the episode, she saw what attachments can do to the best of us to the fully trained Jedi Knight talking about Anakin. But what if Grogu didn't have an attachment to Din, or he had no attachments like that? Would Ahsoka train him?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good one.
I still don't think she would.
Just because of her relationship with the Jedi Order and everything.
And she's not a Jedi.
No.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
She's isn't there a word for it? She's in the middle. You know, she's like a balance.
She's not a gray Jedi, if that's what you're thinking of.
Okay,
there are no gray Jedi in canon.
That might have been what I was thinking of.
She's just a citizen.
A force-wielding citizen.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So hopefully that answers your question, Garrison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, John. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce this. John. I don't think it's Jonathan. John Siladi. Please forgive me if I butchered your name. On Instagram asks, favorite character who wasn't named in their appearance but got a name in a book or visual guide. So he's asking somebody that was in a movie that didn't have a name in the movie but was given a name like in other material. It's like a background character or something.
Oh, okay.
For me, I was thinking about this earlier. I don't know if this is cheating or not because technically this character doesn't even appear in the movie. But it's Constable Zuvio. He was if you're watching the video podcast.
Oh yeah.
I got his Black Series figure right here.
If you can even see it, who knows with my camera.
He was the lawman of Nima Outpost on Jakku, and he was in a deleted scene in The Force Awakens. But before the movie came out and like the final cut of the movie was made, Hasbro made an action figure of him. So we got an action figure of a character that wasn't even in the movie. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the reason I would pick him. Because I'm kind of having a hard time thinking of another character to
yeah, that's
to
a
be my
really
answer
hard question, especially because I haven't really read a lot of the books.
Do you have a favorite background character that you don't know their name? Maybe I can help.
Man, that's hard too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Jeez. I feel like Wolfman's pretty iconic from A New Hope.
Who?
The Wolfman dude in the cantina.
The guy who gets his arm cut off?
No, he's like I think he's like actually Wolfman or something. That's his actual name.
Is he just like in the background?
He's just in the background,
like Yak
like
Face.
A wolf.
One of those background characters' names is Yak Face.
Oh really? Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, oh yeah, that's really hard.
That's a good question.
That is a very good question. Very hard though.
I'm just gonna say I don't even know if Constable Zuvio qualifies for an answer for that one because he technically is not even in the movie, but
yeah,
he does have a story and everything. Next question comes from hang on, I'm trying to pull up his name because his username isn't his name.
What to say his username?
nsobo_39 asks, who is your favorite underrated character? I'll let you answer this one because this is the easiest question I've ever been asked in my entire life.
Gosh.
You can answer it for me. Go ahead.
I mean,
favorite underrated character.
Actually.
There you go.
Favorite underrated Maz. I feel like she's
That's
really
a good
underrated.
Answer.
I love
That's a
Maz.
very good answer. I respect that quite a bit, actually. Noah asked. His name's Noah.
Yeah, I love Maz. So I want to book a Maz, or I want to see more Maz.
Yeah,
like before the castle got destroyed and stuff. Especially that what did Han say? Is like this? She's been running this watering hole for over 1,000 years. Like, come on.
Yeah,
and like,
very interesting.
I want to
character.
see something about that.
She's in some of the comics, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, Snaplex is my answer, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Easiest question I've ever been asked in my life. Okay, moving on to the TikTok questions. Brian asks, he's got a couple here. What would you change about each trilogy? So that's his first question.
Wow.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
For the
All
prequels?
Right. Yeah, let's start with prequels and work our way up.
Most of the Phantom Menace, to be completely honest. Less politics, I think. More shorten the pod racing scene just a bit. I feel like it was a little bit lengthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good.
I would want to change how Anakin is portrayed a little bit more, where it's more like you're actually seeing his more descent into the dark side, and it's not just okay, he's basically bad
That's
now.
what the Clone Wars is for.
Yeah, I know that's what the Clone Wars is for, but the three movies just they don't do it good enough.
Yeah.
You know, like the Clone Wars does it amazingly, but you know when you have that many episodes and seasons to do it with, of course it's gonna do it really good. But I feel like if they, I don't know, definitely make Revenge of the Sith longer. I want the 3
Give us
hour
the 4-hour cut
or whatever
yeah,
it was.
I was
Yeah, come
gonna
on.
say that.
But yeah, probably that though for prequels.
Attack of the Clones, I'd also change Anakin and Padme's relationship a little bit, make it more less cringy, if that makes sense. I feel like it
change. I would change the age difference between Padme and Anakin.
It's only like what 5 years, I think.
Yeah, but when
in Phantom Menace, it's a little weird.
But exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
it's
I
for how old they are.
I would change things about Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. I think I would. The only thing I would do with Revenge of the Sith is extend it.
Yeah, I
give
wanna
us
see
the extended cut.
Big cut.
There's a deleted scene in Revenge of the Sith when Anakin and Obi-Wan are like in front of Grievous on the ship, and they're communicating by touching his mustache and like their eyebrows and stuff, and it's like this playful banter that you see them have in the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
that would have been in the movie, but they deleted that scene. There's also a deleted scene of Anakin speaking droid. Like when he opens his mouth, it actually makes droid noises.
For the originals,
put scene 38 reimagined in the movie, the redone lightsaber fight for A New Hope.
Oh yeah,
put that in the movie.
That would be
put that in the movie.
That would be
That's
good.
the only thing I would really change, I think.
Yeah, I mean
maybe shorten the Ewok stuff on Endor a little bit in Return of the Jedi. But other than that, I think I would leave the OT pretty much untouched.
Yeah, the OT's perfect.
That's not perfect, but it's
OT's
damn
amazing.
near
I don't know
perfect.
what you're talking about.
Sequel trilogy. Oh boy, how long do we want to?
All of it. I'm just kidding.
No, if you're listening to the podcast, if you know me, you know the sequels are my favorite. I absolutely love them, but there are definitely some things I would change. And just
I can go down a list of things.
I'll keep it brief. Allude to the fact that Finn is force sensitive before the Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
Which technically they kind of did in The Force Awakens, and we talked about this on Darth Choco's podcast the other night, but it's really obscure and like you have to like be looking for it.
Yeah. I agree with that one.
Last Jedi, focus more on the Rey, Ben, and Luke storyline and a little bit less on the Finn and Rose Canto Bite sequence.
Definitely.
I don't want to. I got so many ideas in my head. I don't want to spend too much time talking about. Maybe don't kill Snoke in The Last Jedi, or if you do, have like Hux be the big bad in Rise of Skywalker. That's another thing too. Don't turn Hux into a comedic, throwaway character.
That whole scene, the beginning scene in The Last Jedi, completely take that out. General
really
Hux,
don't like that
I
scene.
hate that scene so much.
And I listened to the director's commentary the other day with Ryan Johnson, and he said the reason he turned Hux into like a laughingstock was because you have a intimidating big bad with Snoke, and you have an intimidating big bad with Kylo. He didn't want to have another intimidating bad character, so that's why they turned Hux into a laughingstock. Really, I loved Hux in The Force Awakens, and I don't like the way that they took him from there.
Luke and Leia should have been witness to Han dying, not Finn and Rey.
Yeah.
That should have been
also,
changed.
have Chewie hug Leia when he walked off the Falcon after.
Yeah, instead of just walking, like, that was stupid. Man, oh gosh, there's a lot of
There's
things
a lot. I think we should dedicate an episode to
just what I'd change in the sequel trilogy.
Yeah. There's a lot. Also, don't push Finn's character aside like they did. Because you have a defective stormtrooper for the first time in Star Wars, and he's a really cool character in The Force Awakens, and they just kind of push him off to the side, especially in Rise of Skywalker, I think.
Don't make Rey seem like she's a Skywalker the whole time and then tell her she's a Palpatine out of nowhere.
Yeah. Give Rose the respect she deserves in Rise of Skywalker. Don't push her off to the side. There's a lot. There's a lot I could talk about. I have a whole alternate storyline for the sequels in my head that I could get into, but I'm not going to. Brian's second question is, who's better looking, Snice Noodles or Babu Frick?
Wait, who's the
Snice
first?
Noodles, the weird
Oh,
alien
is
that
that the-
sings the Jedi Rock song. Oh,
yeah. Who's better looking?
Who's better looking, her or Babu Frick?
Babu Frick.
I'm gonna say Babu Frick too.
I don't know, man. Them long lips.
Those long lips. Oh boy.
Please help me.
And Brian's last question is, what is your dream lightsaber?
I'm assuming picking one that's already made, right?
Yeah, pick or come up with your own.
Yeah.
Or like what lightsaber you think you would have.
I would definitely have a blue lightsaber
Me too.
for sure.
Me too.
Um.
I think I'd have a blue lightsaber with Rey's hilt, the one she made from her staff,
Mhm.
because I love that hilt. I really do. Or I would straight up just have Obi-Wan's saber from Episode 3 in the
Yeah,
Clone Wars.
that's-
I love that saber so
That's
much.
a good saber. I don't know. That's kind of hard.
Would you have a single or double-bladed?
Probably single.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'd have two lightsabers.
Ooh,
So then I can
akimbo.
could put them together at
Ooh.
for a.
okay.
So I could
Pack
have
up,
it all.
Asajj Ventress.
I would want it all, dude. Why not? If I get a lightsaber, why not just have the whole package? So then I can be like, all right, I only feel like fighting with one
Might as
today,
well
but
throw
now
a
I feel
blaster on that too, like
Oh,
Ezra.
you know, I'm gonna have a blaster.
Might as
Oh
well
my gosh,
have a
Yeah, I forgot
helicopter
about that.
feature on it too that you can.
Well,
spin
yeah,
around.
dude, that's where they go.
Oh boy,
It's gonna be all of that.
I'm just gonna say Rey's saber with Rey's hilt with a blue blade, because I'm boring.
Yeah, if I had to like pick one, maybe like Darth Vader's lightsaber with a blue.
Okay, moving on. The usual stuff. WBU asks, if you could change one thing about the Force, what would it be?
Midichlorians, get rid of them.
I would agree with that.
I don't like when how they introduce
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. No, I think I would change that.
It's
too.
so much better just being the mystical energy
Yeah,
field that
flows through all living things.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that would probably be it. Because I mean, I'm pretty much fine with.
There's not a lot that I think I would want to change really, or anything
Yeah.
I would add to it.
Maybe change how force healing was introduced and how it was dealt with, but
Do you want the answer for that? Do you understand why? Because Rey had access to the ancient Jedi texts that none of the other Jedi, like during the prequels, had access to.
yeah. But
So
why
that's
does
why
Grogu have? The force
Probably
healing,
because his
though?
species is naturally gifted, and it's an
But then
instinct.
how come we
to
didn't see
him.
from Yoda?
Well, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's
yeah,
it's
no,
just
I get it. I
you
get
know.
it.
I have no issue with force healing because why not? You know, why it could totally be a thing.
Mhm.
Just how it was introduced. Not a huge
Yeah.
fan of.
I would say the
Not work.
midichlorians thing too.
But yeah, midichlorians. Get rid of them.
Nolan, you know Nolan.
Yeah.
Good friend asked, "What's my golf handicap?" I think this one's directed towards me.
Yeah,
Nolan,
I don't play golf.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I haven't calculated it yet, but I would imagine it would be quite high because I'm pretty bad at golf. Granted, I did get a lot better this
Come
year.
on, you worked at a golf course.
I know, but I did. We played a lot of golf this summer. Me, Nolan, Brent, all of them. We played a lot of golf this summer, and I got a lot better this year. But I'm still not the best. My biggest problem is hitting it off the tee because I have such a bad slice. I have to aim left because my ball will just hook right.
Mhm.
And I have to overcompensate left to make sure I land on the fairway where I want to land. I can hit my irons pretty good, pretty consistent. But where I really shine is my short game. Chipping is like my thing. I'm so good at chipping. I love chipping. Putting is a different story, but chipping's pretty good. If I could hit a good drive consistently, I'm sure I'd be actually pretty decent at golf. But it's just my drives mess me up, man, and I can't do anything about it. So my handicap, I don't know. It's probably pretty high. Thank you for the question, Nolan.
I didn't know. That was
Noah
all,
doesn't play golf.
Japanese to me.
Noah
Do you
does not
think
play
I
golf.
should? Think I should check the camera. See
Probably.
if it's still recording.
Yeah.
I probably should have done it before the Q&A, but I was just thinking about it because
Probably.
I bet it's not
It's
recording.
probably not.
Say
Could you
that.
could you start it again if it wasn't?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we just add it in later.
Uh-huh.
Ask the next question though.
Next question comes from Slouchy Grub. Asks, if both built your own lightsabers, what color do you think they would be? Well, we have the same answer for this question. It would be blue. Is it off?
Yeah, it was off. Of course.
Do you know when it was off? Okay. Audio listeners, and video listeners or video viewers, I guess, you'll see the black screen for the last who knows how long.
Oh, it's because I ran out of space on my phone.
Oh, Noah ran out of storage on his phone. So I'll keep you guys entertained for the next while. So me and Noah would both have blue lightsabers. The reasoning I would have a blue lightsaber is because I'm basic and blue's my favorite color. Noah, why would you have a blue lightsaber?
Basically
Same reason.
Same
Same reason. We both, blue is both of our favorite colors, and henceforth we would have blue lightsabers. If I didn't have a blue lightsaber, I'd have purple because I really like the color purple, and I think Mace Windu's lightsaber is super cool. And I just love the way a purple lightsaber looks. So blue is my first choice. Purple is my second choice. I can tell you what lightsaber color I wouldn't have is orange, because I am not a big fan of the color orange, and I can't give you a reason why. It's just unexplained. I wouldn't say hatred for the color orange, but I'm not a big fan of the color orange. The video podcast is officially dead.
Because I'm gonna have to like sit there and try and free up space.
Okay, so
that's not happening right now. Clearly,
if you were watching the video podcast, if you want to make your way over to Spotify or Apple Podcasts for easier listening to the audio, please do so. Because we don't have,
or you can keep watching on YouTube, whatever is easier for you.
Because we don't have a camera anymore. So I would not have and I was talking about this on a TikTok live the other night. I don't have a reason. I just don't like the color orange. But there was somebody in my life who their favorite color was orange, but for the same reason that they didn't have a reason.
Actually, I think I wouldn't have blue. I'd have like a cyan.
No, like a lighter blue, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so that's kind of my little rant on the color orange.
Mm-hmm.
Emily Lugers asks, if you could be one character in the Star Wars universe, who would you be? Are you going to say who I think you're going to say?
I don't know.
I'm having a hard time with this one. I really am. Because I was thinking about this, and like, obviously, naturally, your first thing or at least I thought of, was a Jedi. But what Jedi hasn't had like a tragic life or like a tragic end or backstory? Like, I don't think I'd want to be a Jedi. But at the same time, I don't think I wouldn't want to be Snap Wexley, because he meets his fiery end on Exegol, and
is it?
I think it's like a character. Like, if you could be one character from Star Wars, I think that, or not.
Wait, did she say for a day?
If you could be one character in the Star Wars universe, who would you be?
Oh, okay. Gosh,
that's a tough
one.
one.
So hard. I want to say like Chewie, just for the fact that I can be with Han.
But Chewie goes through so much pain.
Yeah, I don't want to be Chewie. Also, most people can't understand him.
Yeah.
And like, just, I don't want to be a Wookiee.
Right.
You know, all that. But I mean, yeah, I agree with you. Probably a Force wielder.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't though. Because
But
I wouldn't want to be Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan goes through so much pain and heartbreak.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be Anakin, because Anakin's Anakin. Wouldn't really want to be Luke, growing up 19 years on a moisture farm. That just doesn't sound like the life for me. And then having your
a moisture farm.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to be a moisture farmer.
No, I don't want to be a moisture farmer.
And then having your life's work kind of ruined by your nephew. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't think. I don't know. You want to know what I'd probably say? Poe, probably. Being the best pilot, or one of the best pilots in the galaxy. And the only thing I'm not hyped about, if I was Poe, was being a spice runner for a while.
I'd be Ahsoka.
Really?
Probably. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because every character is gonna have pain that they go through.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but see, I was thinking of Ahsoka because then she's not a Jedi anymore, and she just does what she wants, you know.
Right.
And she uses the Force how she sees fitting, you know. But because I still think I'd be some sort of Force user, just because like, why would you not want to be able to use the Force?
I know, but it's just thinking of possible
especially if
Force
it's
users to select. I don't know.
All right, what if it was like, I'm not trying to like change your question here, Emily. I think that's what you asked it. But what if it was like for a day kind of thing?
Oh, for a day?
Like it's a normal day, you know, nothing bad's gonna happen.
Normal day in the life. Definitely a Jedi.
Yeah.
Definitely a Jedi. Who? I don't know. Probably Anakin. He gets into some shenanigans.
Yeah.
A little crazy. Crazy shenanigans. Or Quinlan Voss, too. That'd be cool because he's absolutely crazy.
Quinlan Bot.
He was in one
is that,
episode of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I know what
It's
you're
like-
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I don't even know.
don't know. I feel like being a bounty hunter for a day would be cool too.
I mean, I guess like, oh, I'll go
I
kill
don't know.
some dude.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd say if it was just for one day, I'd pick Anakin.
Either way, I'm picking a Force user. Both questions. I just can't think of it right now. I'm brain dead.
Next question comes from VRV, and I'm so sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. What's your favorite or one of your favorite games you've played? I don't know if you mean Star Wars games
assuming
or
Star Wars.
games, but I think the answer is the same for both. Star Wars Battlefront 2 from 2005. Growing up playing that on the PS2.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing.
I don't think that's my favorite game of all time, though. I think my favorite game of all time is Black Ops, the original Black
if I had
Ops.
to pick a favorite game from all time, it's honestly be Minecraft.
Yeah, I think my top 3. Actually, me and Brent were talking about this not too long ago. My top 5 games are Black Ops 1, GTA 5, Battlefront 2, PS2, Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, and then Assassin's Creed 2.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Too.
Yeah. Battlefront 2 2017 is honorable mention on that list.
I don't mention. I don't even know what I'd throw in there. Like clearly Minecraft's in there, Black Ops is in there. Probably Battlefront 2 2005. I don't know. That's hard though.
Yeah. So Star Wars game, I would say Battlefront 2 2005, but game like overall, Black Ops 1.
I did think oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name. Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish it was longer and there's more to it. And when they came out with DLC, it was just more customization in like an arena. Like that was really disappointing. But I really like that game though. I feel like there's a lot of Star Wars games I haven't played though.
Yeah, there are, for sure. Next question comes from Bedazzler Brooke. Would you rather fight? This is a good one. Would you rather fight 100 Porg-sized Wampas or one Wampa-sized Porg?
100 Porg-sized Wampas, or one?
That's such a good question.
Wampa-sized Porg.
Such a good question. Initially, I said 100 Porg-sized Wampas because I thought I could just kick them. But if they all come at me at the same time,
okay.
So like small Wampas or one giant Porg. So it's like,
dude, that's hard.
Initially I said, oh, easily I'd want 100 Porg-sized Wampas because I'd just kick them away from me. But if they all come at me at the same time, if they over
yeah, dude, and they're Wampas.
Strength in numbers, man.
Yeah, like
that's not gonna be good. And they have arms too. Porgs don't have arms.
No, they just.
So maybe if you're fighting one Wampa-sized Porg, how's it gonna get you? You know, if it doesn't have arms.
I mean, just like
unless it was,
go down and eat you.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
Or I mean, it can still just pick you up with its feathers, probably.
Yeah. And it's also, you got to take into consideration, what weapons do I have at my disposal in this situation? Or am I just unarmed?
Unarmed, dude. Bare hand.
How are you supposed to fight a giant Porg if you're unarmed?
I don't know, dude.
What are you even supposed to do? Go for the shins?
Yeah.
That's such
I
a
don't
good
know,
question.
dude. I think I'm gonna go with the big Porg.
I think I am too, just because
There's a bunch, 100 little Wampas.
I think 100
around?
little Wampas
That
is
would,
way more than we think.
I think that would overcome you very easily.
Yeah, and they have arms; they can crawl up onto you, and
unless you have the stamina to like just constantly outrun.
I'm out of shape. I don't have that stamina. That's such a good question.
That was very good.
Just for the sake of answering, I'm gonna go one Wampa-sized Porg.
Probably, and also the fact that from what we've seen so far, Porgs don't seem too violent.
I'm sure this one would be
violent. It probably would be a little,
probably would be.
But see, okay, but that makes it even scarier though. Why is this Porg trying to kill you? We haven't seen a violent Porg before, you know. So what do we do to piss him off, and what's it gonna do? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. It's a lose-lose situation
either way. You're not. I don't know.
I'm going with one Wampa-sized Porg. Brooke, thank you for that.
Actually, I think I'm changing my answer.
Really?
To 100. Yeah.
Really?
I think the Porg would scare me too much, dude. The giant Porg. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it.
100 little Wampas is way more than you probably think.
I think might be able to have the stamina to
I
survive.
bet you would get tired pretty quick.
Yeah, no, I definitely would, but
But it also, what weapons do we have?
I
I don't know.
yeah.
It's such a good, Brooke. That is a
I'm going with
fantastic
100.
question. I'm going the other way. I'm give me a giant porg to face down. I'll do it.
Also, I don't want to have to kill a porg. I like porgs.
If it needs to be done, it needs to be done.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
If your life's in danger, then bye porg. That was a fantastic question.
That was very good.
Thank you, Brooke, for that. Izzy asked, "Do you believe Rian Johnson ruined the sequel trilogy? Why or why not?" Not at all. Not at all. If anything, he made, in my opinion, objectively the best movie of the three of the sequels. I think The Last Jedi is one of the best Star Wars movies out of all of them. It's just so intellectually challenging, and there's so many deeper themes, and the characterization is just phenomenal in it. Yeah, there's things I don't like about the movie, but to say Rian Johnson ruined the sequel trilogy, I would not agree with that.
No, I agree. I don't think he ruined the sequel trilogy at all.
I also want to go on record and say I listened to our Satisfied with the Sequels episode last week. I'd like to formally and on the record take back most of the things I said about The Last Jedi. Because if you listen to this and then go back and listen to that episode, my thoughts on The Last Jedi are drastically different.
Yeah.
But I've definitely come around to the film after putting some thinking into it. I absolutely love The Last Jedi. I don't think it ruined the sequel trilogy. A lot of people will say that, like, oh, Rian Johnson ruined Star Wars or Disney ruined Star Wars. I could not disagree more with that.
Honestly, if anything, I think, ruined is, I don't like the word ruined. I think it's too, like, none of them ruined anything.
Mm-hmm.
But if anything, honestly, I think what J.J. Abrams did in Rise of Skywalker
I'd
should
agree
be
with
on
that.
the table instead of what Rian
It was
Johnson
like they were playing
did.
tug of war, really, Ryan and JJ, with Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
But I love The Last Jedi. I think it's one of the best Star Wars films. And I hope he's still getting his trilogy, because he definitely deserves it. And I'd love to see a original Rian Johnson Star Wars
waiting
story.
for Kathleen Kennedy to not be in charge anymore, so people can have the directive freedom they want for their films and not have her just over their shoulder and making them change stuff.
She's not as evil as you think.
Yeah, but
I mean, she's the reason we're getting all this new Star Wars stuff.
No, yeah, she definitely does good stuff, but she also, I just don't like her.
Sorry to hear that. Real Mr. Krabs asks, if you could change one thing about each movie, what would you change and why?
Each movie?
Yeah.
Geez.
We kind of talked about that original. I'll just keep it super simple for each. Phantom Menace, shorten the pod race scene just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. Or get rid of some of the politics. Not get rid of, but make them less of a focal point, I guess. And I know a lot of people enjoy the politics in Star Wars. Personally, they're not my favorite. So I would change that a little bit. Attack of the Clones, change up some of the dialogue, specifically with Anakin and Padme. Revenge of the Sith, release the 4-hour cut, please. A New Hope. Give us Scene 38 reimagined, like in the movie. Make that lightsaber fight more exciting. Empire Strikes Back. Oh, geez. I don't know. That one's nearly perfect, I think. Maybe put Qui-Gon's Force Ghost in there somewhere. I saw that somebody had that thought the other. Or if maybe not. I saw somebody talk about that in a TikTok a while ago. That was a really interesting idea. I don't know if it was in Empire though, but in one of the movies, put Qui-Gon's Force Ghost in there for Obi-Wan, really. But Empire Strikes Back. Oh, I don't know. There's really not a whole lot I would change. Oh, yes, there is. There's one thing in Empire Strikes Back that I think has got to go. It's the incest kiss.
Oh, I hadn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's got to go. I'm shocked it took me that long to think about that. Return of the Jedi, shorten the Ewok Endor sequence just a little bit. Just a little teeny bit. Force Awakens, have Chewie hug Leia after Han dies and not just walk right past her without acknowledgement. Also, I would probably have I wouldn't really. I don't think I would have Rey beat Kylo in the forest, but have the ground separate between them before the fight's over, and they're just kind of like equals and just staring at each other over the gap. And also maybe shorten the Rathar sequence just a little bit. Other than that, though, there's nothing I would change about Force Awakens. Last Jedi, shorten the Canto Bight sequence, focus more on the characterization of Rey, Ben, and Luke. That also have Akbar be the one that sacrifices himself on the Radis instead of Holdo.
Yeah.
And then Rise of Skywalker. Oh, we might be here a while. There's a lot. There's a lot. I would say give us Colin Trevorrow's Duel of the Fates script with the redeemed Ben Solo. So I get the best of both worlds there.
Oh, I was not expecting that answer.
Yeah.
At all.
I just think story-wise, that's the better story of the two.
No, I agree with you.
I can't give up my redeemed Ben Solo, though. It's one of my favorite parts of Star Wars.
No, I definitely think it should be redeemed, but I agree, though.
Yeah, so that's...
Colin,
oh, and then Rogue One.
yeah.
Make it a little bit more exciting in the first two acts, because the build-up is pretty slow until you get to the third act of the movie. And then Solo... I don't know. Solo was never my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe don't try and answer all the questions that we didn't really need answers to. Yeah, how he got his name, how he got his blaster, how he did the Kessel Run was cool. I'll give him
why
that
the Falcon
one.
looks the way it does, and
Why the Falcon,
like
yeah, no. And just everything. Yeah. So those are my thoughts. Quick speed run.
So mine would be probably Phantom Menace. Oh, I was literally just thinking about it and I lost it. Maybe change up the fight between Darth Maul, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan. And I don't know how you would change it, but like maybe just change it up a little bit and somehow where it's not just Obi-Wan just like completely just, useless and watching Qui-Gon die kind of thing, And maybe make it like where Darth Maul isn't cut in half, so it's a little bit more believable that he survives,
Yeah.
Episode 2, Attack the Clones. What would I change about that one?
I would also change the lightsaber fight with Dooku and Anakin, because those close-up shots of them just swinging don't really work for me.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. What would I change in that one? I don't know.
There's a lot of politics in that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of politics. Yeah, I'll probably change like something with the arc of Anakin and Padme and their love thing and their dialogue and some things just need to be changed in that, like that whole thing. Revenge of the Sith, I agree with you. I want the extended cut. Basically, that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
A New Hope, I want the original version of Han shot first. I don't want this stupid constant.
Han was the only one that shot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in the original one, he was the only one that shot. I want that version. I don't want all this stupid changes, and then now I have to listen to McClunky every time I see this stupid. Which they put that in Mando.
Did you?
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
Noah's mad.
Yeah, I am
Noah's
mad.
pressed.
That gave me that. I wanted to go. Anyways, episode 5. See what was I thinking about episode 5? That
incest.
You said the incest, but I was thinking of something before that, which the incest is probably definitely the one that should be going. What the heck was I thinking before that though? Jeez, I can't even remember now. Oh, when Luke jumps off the thing after getting his arm cut off, his hand cut off, maybe make it not so of a giant hole. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit more like, okay, he just kind of fell into the thing. It's not so like, whoa, look at this giant hole, and he just right into that little pocket. Probably that. Return of the Jedi. I don't know. I want to say maybe agree with you with the Ewok sequence, but I honestly don't mind it that much. But I really can't think of anything else I'd change with the movie, though.
You know what I realized the other day? And I've been lying to myself about this for too long. Return of the Jedi is my favorite of the originals. I like it
Yeah.
more than Empire. And I've been telling myself that Empire was my favorite of the OT for far too long. And I love Empire, don't get me wrong, but personally, I just enjoy Return of the Jedi a little bit more. It's just how I feel.
Yeah.
And I've been hiding that for too long.
Kevin had
I had a realization.
Yeah.
I guess
He's been eating them alive. Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anything else that changed Return of the Jedi though.
Maybe at the end of the movie show how
Oh yeah, no,
Boba
at the
gets
end
out of the Sarlacc pit.
No, as at the end of the movie, they should have like
Boba Fett,
Qui-Gon
where?
as Force Ghost, and like there's maybe some more Force Ghost action going on there. That'd be awesome. Awesome. Force Awakens.
I already talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Force Awakens probably would be having Luke and Leia be there for Han's death, and having Chewie. Well, because if they're there for Han's death, and you know, the movie would play out a little bit different. But yeah, because they should have been there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how literally all of them died by themselves.
They all die for the same reason, though.
Yeah, they did. The Last Jedi, get rid of that first scene.
The whole thing.
Yeah,
throughout the whole movie. Just kidding.
Get rid of it. That whole first scene, General Hux, all that. Get rid of it. I hate that scene so much. It drives me nuts.
And keep General Hux an intimidating character.
Yeah.
Don't turn him into a comedic
child.
Yeah.
Character.
Comic relief. That's what I was looking for.
The Rise of Skywalker. Man, oh man.
Even if, yeah. Well, another thing with Rise of Skywalker, even if it wasn't Colin Trevorrow's script, don't make everything. Have some stakes in the movie. Don't. I'm trying to figure out.
No,
a way
I
to
know
put
what you
this.
mean.
Don't.
None of their choices
had consequences.
Actions had consequences.
Or like
everything
when
worked
you
out
thought
fine,
Chewie
basically.
died, leave that until basically the end of the movie.
Yeah,
Don't reveal that he's
right
still
away.
alive right away.
Alive.
Yeah.
I think the biggest
also don't have Snap Wexley die.
Nah, I think that's fine.
No,
I would keep it.
Or because I think they kill them off in that moment to show the direness of the situation and to show how the resistance was at the lowest point. You know what they should have done instead? You know who should have died instead of Snap Wexley in that scene? Neenum. Because he dies. He gets a half-second shot of him dying. Make him the one that dies in that moment to show the direness of the situation. Because he's an original trilogy character. There's more emotional connection to him than there is Snap Wexley by the general population, not me.
Oh, I remember what I wanted to say about The Last Jedi, though. I don't even remember what I just said.
The first sequence with General Hux.
Yeah, take that out. But Leia, when she uses the Force, not like that. I'm fine with her using the Force, but not in that manner.
Oh, I got another one for The Last Jedi. Are you done?
About
Leia using the Force?
I think there was another one I was going to say. I don't remember. But yeah, go ahead.
When Luke gets handed the lightsaber by Rey.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm okay with him throwing it over his shoulder. But give us a shot of him really looking at that thing and really just kind of thinking about it. Because that was the lightsaber he had when he first became a Jedi, when he got his hand cut off by his dad. Like, that lightsaber's got to have some significance and some meaning to him.
Yeah, I mean, he threw it over his shoulder like some day old bread, dude.
Yeah, but I'm just give him a shot of him just really looking at that thing and thinking about it and feeling all these old memories and stuff kind of coming back to him.
Mm-hmm.
He can still throw it over his shoulder.
I don't think you should. No, don't throw it over the shoulder. Just hand it back.
Give him a shot of him just really
just
taking it in.
Instead of handing him over throw it over the shoulder, just have him start to walk away, and he just puts it in Rey's. He's like, give it to Rey while he's walking away, you know, or just like take it back. Or like I thought there was another scene on that one, but I think I mean, I agree with the Colin script. But if like it's a movie how it is, Ben should have been there when Rey defeated Palpatine, and they should have did the cross sabers, done it together, and we should have seen all the Force ghosts behind all of them, instead of just the voices. And we also should have saw Ben's Force ghost at the end,
but we don't know where he is, or if he could become a Force ghost. He might be in the world between worlds.
That is true. That's true. Which one next? Rogue One. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Make it a little bit more exciting because it definitely is kind of slow a little bit in the first beginning part of it. And then Solo, I think the biggest thing for me is the dice should not be that big of a part of the movie. The dice should be how they were originally intended, and they were um when Han won the Falcon over Lando.
Yeah.
He was using those dice. That was the reason why they were hanging the Falcon. That's how it should have been. Not this whole, oh, here's some dice and this whole love affair thing. Like, I'm fine with Han loving someone else. That's not Leia, because, I mean, he's a scoundrel. He had tons of women, but, like, being that obsessed, nah, no.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a lengthy one. But
That was a good one, though.
Good.
Talk about that a lot more, probably. Thought about it more.
Was that the one from Real Mr. Krabs?
I think so.
The next one is basically the same thing. It's from Star Wars Quotes Official. If there was one thing about The Force Awakens you could change, what would it be and why? Kind of already answered that.
Yeah.
A couple different things, I think, but overall, for me, I'd keep it the same. Most of the stuff. This one comes from me, but I'll ask the variation to you. From Angel Stop 69, why is The Force Awakens your favorite movie? And I'll kind of try and give you the short answer for this question because it's kind of lengthy. Growing up, Noah and I here, we were quite the Star Wars.
I was about to wave to the camera, but forgot we don't have one.
We don't have a camera anymore. Me and Noah grew up on Star Wars together all throughout elementary school. And so we're really big Star Wars fans as young kids. But then when we went to middle school, the way our school district works is there's a bunch of different elementary schools. So you kind of grow up with the same kids through kindergarten through 5th grade. But once you get to 6th grade, you go to middle school. And the middle school has all the kids from all the different schools in one school. And it was like 2010, 2011. So Disney hadn't bought Lucasfilm at the time. And liking Star Wars was like a super nerdy thing. Like if you liked Star Wars, you were seen as a nerd.
Yeah, you
were
trust
gonna
me.
get.
I know.
Yeah, no one knows. You were gonna get targeted, and it was not gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So I disassociated myself with Star Wars at that time because I didn't want to be seen as a nerd, and I was going into this new school and I wanted to be able to make these new friends. So I gave up basically everything on Star Wars, and I was not having anything with Star Wars until like the build-up period of The Force Awakens. Because around that time, everybody was getting excited for it. And then we got those teaser trailers and then the official trailer and then the Battlefront DLC on Jakku and all these different things that were kind of building up the hype. And I was like, at that time, I knew there was a very good chance that Force Awakens was going to rope me right back into Star Wars. Excuse me. And then I went on opening night with all the boys to go see it. And it was a life-changing experience for me. I absolutely fell in love again with Star Wars. And I loved every second of The Force Awakens, and that's why the sequels are my favorite too. It's because I got so attached to the story and to the characters of the sequel era, and just seeing The Force Awakens in theaters re-sparked and reignited my passion and my love for Star Wars, and it holds a very special place in my heart. It's my favorite movie of all time. I've seen it 50 plus times start to finish. I can basically quote the entire thing from memory. It's just, I love everything about it. It's so special to me, and I have such an emotional attachment to it. And actually, I was on Darth Chaco's podcast the other night talking all about The Force Awakens because he was doing a series. He's doing a series where he goes through every Star Wars movie and he gets fans of those movies to come on and talk about them. And he said something like, when he was on Attack of the Clones, he's like, I know I got to get Kev 20 on the podcast. He's like the Force Awakens #1 fan. And I'm like, I'm not going to disagree with that. But yeah, it's so special to me. It means so much to me, that movie. And I absolutely love it. So Noah, I'll ask you, because The Force Awakens isn't your favorite Star Wars movie. Why is A New Hope your favorite?
I think A New Hope is my favorite is probably because, I mean, it's the introduction to this whole galaxy, and this fantasy sci-fi adventure you get to go on, and like you get to introduce all these, all these characters and to fall in love with. And I mean, that was such a huge part of my childhood, was that movie. And oh man, like, I don't know.
It's just the one that started it all.
Yeah,
It's the classic hero's
yeah,
journey
it's
story.
the one that started it all, and
Mhm. It's what made you fall in love with Star Wars.
it's what made me fall in love with Star Wars. Yeah.
Same reason. I mean, I was in love with Star Wars obviously growing up, but it wasn't until The Force Awakens when I fell in love with it again. And it's not just my emotional attachment to The Force Awakens why I like it so much. I think it's a great introduction to the characters. I think the characters are great in it. It's a great story, I think. It's very similar to A New Hope at some times, but I really enjoyed the story. The action, really good. Great ship battle sequences, great. I really like the lightsaber fight. The music in The Force Awakens, I think, is the best soundtrack of all the sequels. Just fantastic music. And it's a fun adventure from start to finish. So it's not, I have actual reasons why it's my favorite, not just because of my emotional connection to it. Good question though. So hopefully that answers it. Cause that's definitely an unpopular opinion to have a sequel as your favorite Star Wars movie, I think.
So I'm gonna interrupt you for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I've cleared up some space.
Oh, you did?
See how much of the video
Are
we
we going?
got?
Are we going back on the vid?
No, probably not. You want to know how much video we got?
How much?
7 minutes.
7 minutes. Jeez. Okay.
Not even. It's like not even 7
We
minutes.
gotta get a camera.
Yeah, you need to get a camera.
I know. Should have asked for one for Christmas.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of surprised you didn't. That's okay.
Here's a good one. JJ Schwartz 4 asked, "What do you like most about Star Wars?" And when I first read that, my immediate answer was lightsabers. I love lightsabers. I think lightsabers are the coolest weapon in cinema history, or fiction history, I guess. But so that's the basic answer. But I guess at the heart of it, what I love most about Star Wars is the story.
Yeah, I think the story that
the characters,
the escape from reality.
It is an
that you
escape
can
from
grow-
reality.
But that has this huge emotional attachment to you,
Mhm.
and you feel like you're a part of that galaxy. That
Star Wars is so much bigger than just a couple movies.
it is.
It's literally, it means so much to me. I can't get enough of it. It's so special. It's just the story, especially Rey and Ben's story. Their storyline is my favorite thing about Star Wars, is the connection that they have and just the way their characters are. I love it. And Star Wars is such a comfort thing for me, and I see myself in a lot of the characters, and I can just get lost in the story and everything. And yeah, it's just, I love it.
Yeah, and just growing so deeply with the characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
and being on the journey with them. I mean, I guess that's the same with a lot of other things, but Star Wars just has this like magic effect,
Mm-hmm.
that stays with you.
Right. Yeah, so hopefully, I mean, I'm sure I'm not doing that question justice, but that's just kind of the basic answer, I guess. This next question is the first objective question, not about our opinions. That comes from Jaisung Park the Bus. Why is the Holdo maneuver 1 in a million? So the Holdo maneuver is 1 in a million because there are so many technical things that you have to calculate and get precisely correct, or it's not going to work. And Holdo was able to do those things. In the Star Wars book, it's the latest canon reference book. It actually talks about the Holdo maneuver. It says, and I'll just read this little blurb here. It says, an extremely unconventional maneuver, Vice Admiral Amelin Holdo sacrifices the Raddus to destroy the Supremacy and severely damage several First Order Star Destroyers with a well-timed lightspeed jump. It is similar to a maneuver Anakin Skywalker undertook during the Clone Wars to destroy the Malevolence warship by ramming it into a dead Antarian moon. For such a maneuver to work, the jumping craft must be sizable, making it a very expensive tactic. The Raddus is over 3 kilometers, 2 miles in length. The Raddus's jump distance must intersect its target while entering lightspeed, when jump collisions are most likely. This makes it a point-blank maneuver. So it was, you have to hit it at just the moment before you enter lightspeed to physically crash into something. And there's so many just precise calculations that needed to be 100% accurate, or it wasn't going to work. So it is a very it's not easy, that's for sure, and it's a very difficult thing to pull off, but Holdo did it. So hopefully that answers that. Do you have anything to add on to that? I like the sound it
yeah.
makes. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a seismic charge, but like
Yeah, very similar.
more intense, I think. Okay, this one comes from Mallory. Favorite movie that isn't Star Wars?
Oh,
That's a good
gosh.
one. That's a good question. For
I feel like
me,
it also depends on when you ask
Oh.
me that question too.
yeah. For me, I'm gonna say School of Rock. I love School of Rock. It's such a fun movie. I also really like The Fast and the Furious, the first one.
Jeez, dude, that I am like, wow, I'm like really blanking right now.
That's a really tough question. There's so many movies.
Yeah, there is. Like, I almost want to say maybe Raiders of the Lost Ark or the first Back to the Future. Gosh,
That's tough.
that is tough. Like, I'd really have to sit
And
there
I don't
kinda
even know
think,
if
'cause there's-
School of Rock or The Fast and the Furious would even be my answer for that question, but that's just kind of what came first into
Yeah.
mind. That's not easy.
that is not an
Good
easy
question, though. It's
Especially
a good
if
question.
like all time. I have a really hard time with
all
all
time, mine's The Force Awakens easily, but
If I had to
if
pick
it's
all
not
time,
Star
it's probably
Wars.
A New Hope, but I have a hard time with like questions like that.
Yeah. So thank you for the question, and we honestly don't know.
Yeah, that's really hard.
General Kenobi 4444 asks, "Who is the most powerful person in Star Wars?" That's a good one. If we're talking like, I'm not super
Well, obviously
knowledgeable
we're
when it
talking
comes
canon.
to let's stick to canon.
Yeah,
Probably.
Palpatine.
Yeah, I would probably say Palpatine.
Maybe Anakin, if he didn't turn to Darth Vader. Well, not didn't turn to Darth Vader if he didn't get all his limbs chopped
Yeah.
off and had to wear the suit. Because I mean, he'd be pretty. But I mean, Palpatine.
Palpatine's Palpatine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like, probably Palpatine.
I think it's Snap Wexley.
Yeah, I think it's Han.
Yeah. Anakin Williams asks, if you could have one Star Wars character come and be your best friend, who would it be, and one to be your enemy? Me and Snap Wexley would get along quite nicely, I think. And it's not even just because it's Snap Wexley. I'm genuinely saying I think me and him would get along.
Mm-hmm.
We're both here along for the ride, and we'd fly in Blue Squadron
see,
together.
I don't even think, if I'm being completely honest, I don't know how well me and Han would get along together. I feel like we're very different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But because I mean, of course, I'd want Han to be my best friend. Why would I not want Han to be my enemy though? A gonk droid.
Well, I think like a named character.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna say Watto because I smash him like a bug, a really big bug.
I mean, he's not a villain though.
Well, it says if you could have one Star Wars character to be your enemy.
Yeah, I was thinking more villain.
Yeah, if we're thinking villain, I don't know.
I mean, Jabba the Hutt's technically a villain.
Yeah,
You could easily shoot him.
yeah.
You can get to him.
He ain't going in. He ain't getting out of the way.
I don't know. Yeah, that's hard.
Newt Gunray, what's he gonna do? He ain't gonna do crap, man. He ain't gonna do crap. He'll try and block me off with a trade blockade, but I'll just go around it because I'm built different.
The one plot thing that could change Star Wars, just go around it. It's like, come on, what are you?
That's a good question, though. I can't think of a serious answer.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because of course you're gonna want to pick someone that
Easy
isn't
that's
gonna be
not
like
force sensitive, that
like
could just
Darth Vader or something.
wreck
like,
you.
yeah.
Exactly. But for the friend, easily Snap Wexley, and I'm not even saying that just because.
No,
Pick Your Poison asks, what Star Wars books do you recommend? That's a good question. I really like
Death
this question.
Trooper. It's not canon, but I love that book so much. It's a great book. Like zombies in Star
Your
Wars.
two favorite things.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Star Wars Scoundrels is really good too.
I just got into the Star Wars books this past year, partly because of quarantine, and I wanted something to do, and because I was bored at work and I needed something to do to pass the time. So you kind of kickstarted me off on the book adventure. Noah lent me Ahsoka, the Ahsoka novel, and that was the first Star Wars book I read. That one's really good, especially if you like Ahsoka. It's an easy read, simple story that tells kind of what she was up to a year after the rise of the Empire. If you're a fan of Ahsoka, I think it's a must read. My all-time favorite book I've ever read, not just Star Wars book, is Lost Stars by Claudia Gray. It's a story about these two kids that grow up together and end up joining the Empire. And once, all their on go boom, one of them kind of sees just how evil the Empire is and defects and joins the rebels. And I always say it's a star-crossed lovers story that intersects beautifully or intertwines beautifully with the original trilogy, because every main event that happens in the OT, these characters are there just off screen. Like, one of the characters was flying alongside Luke Skywalker on Hoth, and one of the characters was the one that was guiding the TIE fighters through the asteroid field, trying to get the Falcon. It intertwines with the events of the original trilogy beautifully, and you get attached to these characters and to their story. And it's my favorite book I've ever read. It's almost 600 pages long, but I read it in 3 days because I couldn't put it down. I also would recommend the Aftermath trilogy. It takes place a year or after the Battle of Endor, so the Empire is kind of falling apart, and it's kind of this group of people you wouldn't really expect to team up and kind of fight the remnants of the Empire, and it tells the story of a young Snap Wexley, and Mr. Bones was his crazy crackhead B-1 battle droid. It's a trilogy, so it's 3 books, so it's kind of a commitment, but it pays off in the end. Really just finished that trilogy yesterday, actually.
Star Wars books or books?
Star Wars.
Okay.
So I really recommend the Aftermath trilogy. I'm currently reading Bloodline by Claudia Gray. I've heard that's a really good book. What other? I've read the novelizations for Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi. Those are both really good. I read Before the Awakening, which tells the stories of Rey, Finn, and Poe and what they were up to right before The Force Awakens. That one's really good as well. That's a short read, easy read. And then also the first High Republic book comes out in like 2 days, 3 days. So that's interesting. So top 3 are Lost Stars. I'm going to group the Aftermath trilogy together and put the Aftermath trilogy there, and then probably Ahsoka.
Yeah.
But
even though I didn't finish Ahsoka yet, I would say Death Troopers. Well, Death Troopers and Scoundrels, but they're clearly not canon. And then Ahsoka.
It doesn't need to be canon.
No, that's true.
A lot of people like the Legend stuff. I haven't dug into the Legends yet, but
when you do, Death Troopers.
Mm-hmm. One of the books you gave me, Heir to the Empire, apparently that's like one of the best Legends books.
Apparently. Mm-hmm. I haven't read it. I had it for years and never read it. At least I think I started reading it and then I just never picked up again.
Yeah.
But I know you said Star Wars books, but one book that's not a Star Wars book, really good, probably my favorite book of all time, Ready Player One. The movie is, in my opinion, kind of compared to the book, but the book is phenomenal.
The books always seem to be better than the movies.
The book is so good. Favorite book of all time is definitely that book. I would check that out.
So hopefully that answers your questions. Star Wars books are so cool because it's such a cool way to explore Star Wars like media, because it's not like you're being shown something on the screen. Like, you can have the story in your head and kind of imagine it the way you want to imagine it. And just I can't get enough of the Star Wars books. Keziah the Sith Lord asks, what are your favorite and least favorite movies from each trilogy? I'll let you start with this one.
All right. Prequels. So favorite and least favorite?
Yeah.
Well, favorite, episode 3. Least favorite? It's kind of hard. I don't know which one I'd pick between 1 and 2. Ooh. Maybe 2? I don't know, because I really like Darth Maul and Qui-Gon. But, oh, geez, that's really hard.
It's easy for me.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith is my favorite. Phantom Menace is my least favorite.
That's really hard for me. I'm going to have to go with a tie.
That's fair.
All right.
Originals,
episode 4. And favorite, Return of the Jedi.
Least favorite?
Yeah.
Mine is my favorite's Return of the Jedi. My least favorite's A New Hope. So we are inverse on that one. We're the opposites. I mean, they're all good though. I think objectively speaking, the originals are the
trilogy
best.
is the best. And then the sequels, favorite, probably, even though Han dies, Force Awakens, and least favorite, Rise of Skywalker.
Same here. Favorites, Force Awakens. Least favorites, Rise of Skywalker. You asked me that question 4, 5, 6 months ago. I would have said Last Jedi was my least favorite, but
Yep, that's true.
Opinions can change. Opinions can change. If you could change something about the originals, what would it be? We kind of already answered that. Get rid of the incest kiss, the Luke and Leia. How many times have we said incest this episode? More than we should have.
More than you should have. I've said it like once. I don't know what you're talking about.
Get rid of the Luke and Leia kiss. Put scene 38. Spice up the lightsaber fight in A New Hope a little bit, and Ewoks.
The original cantina scene with Han.
Yeah.
I don't want McClunky.
No McClunky allowed. Ismail asks, what's your favorite lightsaber color and why? Again, we kind of already answered that. It's blue.
Yeah, if I have to pick from the ones. Actually, if I have to pick from canon ones, I'd pick the white ones from Ahsoka.
Really?
Yeah.
You like white lightsabers?
Ow. Yeah. Sorry, I just hit my Han Solo blaster in my knee. Yeah, I'd probably pick the white ones though.
Interesting. I'm between blue and purple because blue's my favorite color and I'm basic, but purple used to be my favorite color, and I like Mace Windu's lightsaber, and I think just the purple glow of a saber looks really good. Last question here, because we made it through all of them, comes from Andrew. What are you most excited about what are you most excited for the High Republic? I'm just excited to explore a new era of Star Wars that hasn't been explored yet.
Yeah.
I think it will be really cool to see kind of the Jedi at their prime, really, and just kind of how everything is at that time.
I just hope they release like a show.
Oh, they are. The Acolyte is High
Oh,
Republic.
yeah, right. But technically, that's not the last question. We have one more question from our good old friend Tim.
Oh, we do. I'm so sorry, Tim. Do you think Tim's listening?
I know what the question is. You don't look at him. Tim, I don't know if he's listening. Maybe. Who knows?
I don't think so.
But he asked.
Unless he is.
I'm pretty sure he asked, what is your favorite Star Wars planet?
Mine's a Naboo.
Yeah. Is it because it's similar to Earth?
It's just so pretty.
That's true.
It's Italy. That's where they filmed it, is Italy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can actually get married at the same spot Anakin and Padme got married. It's called Lake Como.
Oh,
in
really?
Italy. Thinking about it one day.
He's thinking about it. My favorite planet. It's a hard one.
I almost think Naboo's a little bit basic, but I just love Naboo.
I feel like Alderaan was pretty cool.
Alderaan was also pretty.
Yeah. Where's some other really nice planets? Like, I want a little bit of diversity going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not
I like
just-
Scarif a lot. Nice tropical beach planet.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't say it's my favorite, though.
No, it's not my favorite either.
I want the diversity. Maybe Alderaan. Because I can't really think of another one besides that I really like. Yeah, let me go Alderaan.
I got somebody in my TikTok comments who's asking, when are we going to do this? And I said, we're doing it now. So I'm going to give them a sec to see if they ask their question.
All right, do it right now.
You got any questions for me? What's your favorite
Next time we do a Q&A, we should do a non-Star Wars Q&A.
Yeah, that would be fun. But it's a Star Wars podcast.
No, yeah, I know, but I think it would also be fun to do a non-Star Wars stuff too, you know. For that in that respect.
Yeah.
At least.
Sometimes TikTok doesn't give me notifications when people comment.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
Man, it's a tough life for Kevin over there.
Yeah.
With his TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Who's your Star Wars crush?
Cara Dune.
Nice.
Can't really think of another one.
Yeah.
Do I even need to ask yours?
No, I think
Cop Van?
yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
Or Snap. I don't know. It's really...
No,
Ray Palpatine?
leave. Get out of here. You know Ryan? Yeah, you know Ryan.
Yeah, I know.
He goes in my TikTok comments just to troll. It's like, Ray's still a Palpatine, you know. And he's always in my comments about Ray Palpatine.
That's so
and I'm
funny.
like, Ryan, I'm gonna punch you in the nose
He's going to punch him in the nose.
if you don't shut up. Okay, well, I think that's gonna do it. That was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
That was pretty fun.
Definitely should do it again.
Yes. So if you guys have any other Q&A questions, feel free, drop it in the comments on YouTube or TikTok comments, or DM me on TikTok or Instagram.
We can try and save like a whole bunch for like
yeah,
just
we'll
one
accumulate
whole
them
episode
over
of,
time.
Yeah.
Because I just posted that video today at like 3:00, so we didn't have a whole lot of time for people to ask questions.
Yeah.
But I feel like we got a good amount. So that being said, I think that's gonna do it. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Live at the Cantina. If you made it this far, we like to have people comment a hashtag in the YouTube comments to show that they listened to the entire episode. If you made it this far, I think they should comment hashtag. Hashtag. What did we talk a lot about? Incest.
Whoa. All right, that's it. We're closing shop for today.
No, you can't leave them without a hashtag.
Well, I'm trying to think of, do we have a hashtag that
Hashtag.
involves the Q&A or the Mando stuff?
Probably Q&A.
Yeah, I guess that's majority of the episode.
I don't know. It's tough.
That was my blaster. I'm hitting myself with
Hopefully,
it.
I wasn't too close to the microphone this episode.
I've been all over my microphone, so
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, with the Q&A, like that's kind of
Hashtag Naboo pretty.
Naboo pretty. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with me, but today I'm like brain dead. So
I think that will work.
Yeah.
Hashtag, if you made it this far, hashtag Naboo pretty in the YouTube comments. Thank you guys so much for listening to this one. We have so much fun doing this podcast, and especially tonight, this was a lot of fun. So with that being said, I'm Kevin.
I'm Noah.
And may the force be with you always.
Adios.